Welcome to a training video of the Admin Locks screen in PayPak Professional 4.0. This feature is used to lock batches so that they cannot be edited, posted, unposted, deleted, restored, or changed in any way until the admin lock is removed. One typical use of this feature is to lock batches from previous financial periods, which prevents them from being deliberately tampered with or unintentionally changed. There may also be occasions on which you want to temporarily lock one or more batches which are under investigation. So let's sign in and show you how it works. The Admin Locks screen is found under the Admin section of the menu, and it is accessible only to supervisors and administrators. Let's click on the button. Here's the screen. I'll just maximize it. Let's start with a look at the layout of the screen, then I will show you how it works. At the top there's a cluster of totals. Under that there's a list of the batches for the selected year. Under that there's a list of the batch details for the selected batch. To the right there's a list of the years for which there are batches in your database. And at the bottom are a few buttons. This is a very simple screen. Very few controls and very easy to use. There's a list of batches. There are 9 batches in total. None of them are locked. One is a posted batch. There's 6 unposted and there are 2 deleted. That's based on the status here and for the lock column. To lock a batch, just click here and that batch is locked. To unlock it, turn it off. That's it. That's all you have to do. Lock, one locked, unlock, none locked. So you can select from this list, or you can click the All button at the bottom, and it prompts me that there are 6 unposted batches in the list. Are you sure you want to lock them? And we would say yes. We've got 9 batches locked. To unlock them, all of them, I click on none. Now, for unposted batches are special because under normal circumstances, an unposted batch is one which is currently being worked on. So if you tick an unposted batch, you get this prompt which asks, are you sure you want to lock this unposted batch? It's very similar to the one we saw before when we clicked the All button and it said there were 6 unposted batches. So I have locked these 2 unposted batches. I'm going to also lock this posted batch and this deleted batch and this other deleted batch. So these are the batches for 2021. If I click on the year 2020, I see the batches for 2020. There's 111 of them. None of them are locked. If I click on 2019, I see the batches for 2019, 70 batches. Again, none of them are locked. I want to lock the batches for 2019 and 2020 because they're done and dusted. What's supposed to be posted is posted. What's supposed to be deleted is deleted. There should be no unposted batches in these past years. So I just will check that up here. Posted 70. So I'll click on all. They're now locked. I click on 2020. Again, the coast is clear. There's no unposted batches. We have one deleted batch and 110 posted batches. Again, I'll post all of them, and that's the end of it. So with just a few quick actions, I've been able to lock all the batches for 2019 and 2020 and lock the deleted and posted batches for 2021, the current year, as well as 2 unposted batches for the current year. Now, let's look at the columns in the batches list. You have the batch number, the day, the date, the payroll set, the reference, the status, the lock status, the number of entries in the batch, standard pay total, benefits total, service charge total, gross pay total, taxes total, deductions total, net pay total, and the pool amount. The list of batches can be sorted by any of these columns by clicking on the column header. So this is now sorted by payroll set in ascending order and now in descending order. It can be very useful to sort your batches by the status to detect whether there are any unposted batches for a period, especially for a previous year. As you select a batch, the batch details list underneath is updated so that you can see the entries in that batch, and those columns can also be sorted by clicking on their column headers if you want to zero in on any specific bits of information. So I'm going to sort mine. They can also be sorted by the at the top. They could also be sorted by the totals. You may want to know which batches have service charge in them. You click on the service charge column, and any batches which have service charge, once it's in descending order, they will appear to the top, and the ones without service charge will appear at the bottom. So that's how the sorting works. Another feature of this screen, you have a divider here which can be moved up or down. There is the buttons at the bottom. That's the next thing. We've looked at the all and none. The refresh will display any new batches, because it's possible that batches were added, batches were edited and changed during the process, during the time in which you came in here, during the time that you were in the screen. Also, someone could have gone into the batch control screen and changed the status or the payroll set or the date of a batch. So the refresh will give you the latest list of batches and their current status. The settings and reset button save the location of this divider, which separates the two panels for batches and batch details. I have a nice big widescreen monitor, so I may want to have this somewhere about halfway there so I can comfortably see. Get a nice view of what's there. Someone else may have a small laptop monitor with less screen space, so they may want to place their divider in a different position, because maybe for the laptop you may not get to see as many of these as you would prefer in either pane. The video button, if you click on it during the program while using the software, it will open your browser and launch the YouTube video which you are currently viewing, and the exit button closes the screen. Now, the impact of your changes here are reflected in the unposted batches screen, which is seen before you select a batch for editing. It's a list of unposted batches. And also in the batch control screen. We are going to go to those screens and show you what they look like now that these batches have been locked. So I'm going to minimize here. We go to transactions and edit batch. This, as I said, is the list of unposted batches. And if I come back to the admin lock screen, I'll just place that over here. Docket. So we have a nice side-by-side comparison of the two screens. And as you can see, this batch 185 and this batch 189, they are locked. So if I try to get into either one of them, the message comes up. There is an admin lock on batch 189. It cannot be edited until the admin lock is removed. So you will need the assistance or permission of a supervisor or an administrator who would be able to remove that admin lock for you, to unlock the batch. That's for users who are regular users. Same thing for the other one. Any other batches I can get in. If I click this one, I'm in. Now this is not to be confused with the locked column, which is for normal edit batches. Okay, that is set when a normal user comes in. For example, if I go here and I click edit, the screen comes up and I can edit this batch. There's no edit lock placed on that batch. Let's move this out of the way. And it's not going to be visible now. I have to close this to get back to that screen. But once I exit the batch, the edit lock is removed. So if someone else were logged in and I'm editing that batch, I'm in the screen editing the batch, they will see a checkbox in this column. It can also occur that you're editing the batch, there is an unexpected shutdown, an unintended shutdown. The computer goes off, the power goes off, there is some sort of occurrence and you do not exit the screen normally. The edit lock is not closed, and when you go back into the screen, it appears here, in which case you click the unlock button, and that can be, that selected batch can be unlocked. That's not the case with the admin locks. They have to be unlocked, as I said, by an administrator or a supervisor. So let's come back to this screen over here, and I'm going to remove the admin lock on. I want to size this. I want to dock this over here. Come on. Good. Okay, so I now wish to unlock batch 185. If I unlock 185, which is here, it's unlocked now. So if I come here and I click the refresh, you see it's now, the admin lock is gone. If I lock it again, the admin lock is back. Now, for unposted batches, if a user is already editing the batch, changing the lock status here, or locking the batch from the admin lock screen while the user is editing the batch, does not prevent the user from continuing their work. They will still be able to access that batch because they have already locked it. So, from the moment a person enters the screen, the only batches which they are blocked from by the admin lock are the ones that are ticked here. If they're still at this screen and you lock 188, you lock all of them. Let's say you lock all of them. Unless the user refreshes this screen, they will still be able to access these batches. It's only if they exit the screen and come back to it that at that point they can no longer get in. See, there's locks on all of them. So that's how it impacts the listing of unposted batches, where you need to select a batch in order to edit it. I'm going to turn off some of these. I think I had turned off. Let's just close this, maximize this. We are now going to unlock, because I'm going to go to the batch control screen and I wish to unlock some of these. So let's unlock this one here, and this one here. Just the ones for the 7th of May. The others will remain under an administrative lock. So having looked at the edit batch screen, going into look at the, it's actually the unposted batches screen, which appears when you go to edit a batch. Let's look at the batch control screen, which takes us directly to batch control. And there is your admin lock. As you can see, the 3 batches for the 7th are unlocked, and the other 3 unposted batches are locked. The posted batch is locked and the deleted batches are locked. Also, if I click on the year 2020, all locked. 2021, again, all locked. So in this case, batches which are locked, they cannot be selected. And if they cannot be selected, you cannot change the status of the batch, whether it's a posted batch, an unposted batch, or a deleted batch. Deleted batches can be restored, which means undeleting them, through the batch control screen, provided that there is no admin lock on the batch. So you cannot also you can't change the date, change the payroll set, or change the reference for any batch which has an admin lock. So that's the effect of the admin locks on the unposted batches screen and the batch control screen. Let's return to the admin lock screen and just have a little review of the features before we end this video. At the top of the screen, there is the totals for the batches displayed in the list here, and by default the batches are displayed by date, with the most recent batches at the top and the older batches at the bottom. Where there are batches for the same date, they're then sorted by the highest batch number first and the lowest batch number at the bottom. So this is your grid from which you would, your list of batches from which you would select the batches you wish to lock or unlock. You can also sort the display by the column headers. Under the list of batches is the list of batch details, which displays the information for the currently selected batch. So as you change the batch, the information below changes to reflect the contents of that particular batch. We have the years on the right, where you can view the batches for previous years and set rights to them, set a lock for them. I've locked all the batches for 2019 and for 2020, and locked a few for 2021. At the bottom of the screen, there are the buttons, all and none, to control the lock setting. The refresh, to refresh the list of batches. The settings and reset, to control the divider. The video button, which shows the video. And the exit button, which closes the screen and therefore brings this video to an end. It has been a pleasure, as always, to demonstrate our software to you, and we look forward to your joining us for the next PayPak Professional 4.0 training video. Thank you very much and see you next time. Goodbye.